Hey everybody, this is Fran Fraschella, draft expert and basketball junkie. To everybody who's watching, let's get our friends at General Manager Games the subscribers they deserve. Just press that red subscriber button and immerse yourself in sports AI through GM Games content. And on Twitter, it's GM_games. Let's get after it. Let's go.
Hello, everybody. It's Chris from General Manager Games. We are on fire this week. We had Front Office Football 9 first look video put out by Amazed by Grace 86. I just put out a Draft Day Sports Pro Basketball 2024 first look video. And now we're on to another game that just came out this week. It's Franchise Hockey Manager 10 by Out of the Park Developments, OOTP. And it's been a long time running. Sebastian Palkowski is the primary lead developer and team. And what we've done today is we put ourselves in the NHL. We've used a real general manager here, and we're the Chicago Blackhawks. We're going to talk about some of the new features in this product, but some of them include Canadian universities now joining American universities, tons of changes to historical modes. But let's click through around, have a look at our team, get into the 2D mode a little bit, play around, and see what we're looking at. So obviously, one of the big talents we want to see, we haven't added a face pack yet. Face Gen's here, but here's Connor Bedard, the next generational talent that everyone believes is going to be that type of player in the NHL. But what's really crazy about this new version is that there's a brand new reworked trade system. There's a bit more going on now in the trade system itself. So what you'll see is that you'll be able to shop players. This interface has changed. So let's say Mrazek. We want to add someone like that into our trades and transfers. So we'll essentially look to add that player into the trades. You see what's going on with the trade info right now. There is this shopping screen now. So you can see that if we want to shop our first round pick, we'll probably get a ton of offers on that. But take a look at this Connor Bedard potential. Just a tremendous player. Let's get his bio. They have some of the data that's come through from when he was a young player, the scouting reports, his type of contract, season stats, and whatnot. So the 2D mode as well, there's special teams improvements, refinements, breakouts, neutral zone play, that kind of stuff. So we want to get into taking a look at what one of the games look like. And right now that looks like some perfect teams type stuff. So you got the player cards coming through. And we're getting congratulated right now for being a general manager with the Chicago Blackhawks. We have the prospects roster going on, possible players. So we want to keep moving through. We'll let the AI assign the players so that we can keep moving on. But we're getting close towards the regular season. But of course, there is that prospect tournament that comes up pretty much almost like in the summer before hockey season begins. Let's talk about, while this is simulating, what other new features are in here. So new scouting options. You can scout tournaments, youth tournaments, scout rising superstars all around. So that football manager database, you can make it really big. You can take a look and look for some star players all around. But lots of historic modes. And of course, big changes, promotion relegation systems, custom leagues, historical databases, and whatnot. So let's take a look. There's some deals going on around the league. So we got right now Vegas and Ottawa with a swap. Connor Bedard has recovered, thankfully. We want to play a game and take a look at him as we go through. So right now on our settings, we are the GM. We're not the head coach here. Of course, with Franchise Hockey Manager 10, you always get all the logos, all the real players. If you want to get a face pack, though, that adds a nice little touch to the game as well. So definitely prospect tournament. That's very cool. So we're getting the sense as we move through the calendar of what's coming up and what's new in the game. Lots of interface improvements, easier to access information about your players, contract quality indications. You can review your team stats. So anyways, there's some marketing aspects going on here. What are the top selling jerseys? See, right now it's Connor McDavid, Austin Matthews. Best sellers for us, well, it's going to be Connor Bedard eventually. So anyways, we're into the financial model here. You can take a look to see what that's like. broadcast revenue, sponsorship. So there is a lot of depth in the economics of the game that you're playing in FHM 10. And let's move on. Let's assign some scouts, continue on. We're going to just leave those scouts the way they are at the time being. But again, let's talk about what else is new. The players are updated, of course, and there's a lot of, smaller changes, tweaks, but you'll definitely see revamped player award options. There's accurate date ranges in the historic modes as well for all these awards that are given out. Now, there's rumors going on here. Sebastian Aho potentially could get moved. And so let's see what else is going on with this NHL season. We want to get to a game. We want to watch that 2D. So you can set all that up. You can choose to watch every game 2D mode. You can choose to simulate games. So it is possible to move through the season pretty quickly. We want to get Connor Bedard definitely on a line. We're not coaching here, so we don't see where they'll put him, but we want to see him in one of our first games. And that'll be exciting once we get into that 2D mode. But as the historical mode, it extends now back to 1909. So there's also the National Hockey Association. So there's NHA. And so that, gives you the dawn of professional hockey. See the rise of legendary franchises, 6 skaters on the ice at times, all that kind of good stuff. So right now, our news is telling us Connor Bedard's almost 100%. He's almost primed to play. Of course, we can mark all these messages as red if we set them. So let's continue on. Let's get to the regular season. Let's hopefully as soon as possible. So we're moving through the dates. We're getting news on the calendar as we go through. You can see the action happening. I'm using this game on a Macintosh. So it is a native to Mac type game. You can play it with Macintosh in this one. But I'm really excited to kind of see a bit of the 2D that's happening with the games, with the calendar. Of course, here's the manager home. We got to get to the 26th, so we're right basically there. And this is the line, so this is basically setting this up for us. AI does our lines. At the moment, it looks like there might still be an injury then maybe to Connor Bedard. So we'll continue through this one. This is a preseason game, I do believe. We'll sim this one then because we definitely want to see maybe Connor Bedard on the ice. So that's been done. We lost 8-5. Is that preseason though? I think it says, yeah, we're still in the preseason. So hopefully Bedard will be back really soon off the injury report. And we're almost getting to that point. How is his injury right now? What's it showing? He should be okay. Injury tendencies. Hopefully we don't want an injury prone player at the beginning. Okay, salary cap reminders. Now there's Bedard there. So what we want to do is, well, he's on second line. We will definitely maybe look to leave him there just for the time being. We're the GM, not the coach, so maybe not get too involved, meddle in that. And let's play a game now. So we're getting into the action here. This is the 2D mode, kind of like the old, Wayne Gretzky hockey of the past and that type thing, but East Side Hockey Manager. And here we go. Here's the players coming out to shoot pucks around, opening skate, getting all warmed up. There's some audio going on in my ear. You can't hear it on your end, but that is available. So here we go. We're about to line up. Traditionally, the anthems would be going on. Chicago is at home at this one. And the anthems are playing, as you see at the bottom of the screen. The puck's about to drop, and off we go. So you can see definitely the way the game is now. It's quite advanced. So I'm going to speed it up as well a little bit. It's moving kind of quick, obviously. You can definitely watch at a slower pace for power plays and whatnot, but we want to see maybe a goal, how it reacts. A lot of similarities to the original Championship Manager. soccer games with the bottom action going on there. But right now, 98, there's 98 on the ice. That's Connor Bedard. If I sped it down, you'd see how he would be doing. So it's telling us more about the way our plays are being set. So breakout started, a little bit of the players as they have it, but mostly talking about how the strategy's been going on. So Dickinson, he's got a holding call. And so you can really get a sense here of the action, of the stats, how players are doing within the game itself. I guess it would be nice to also have a little bit like Football Manager that has the X rating about how players are doing during the game. So with that in mind, we're going to sim to the end of the game and just poke around a couple more screens before we wrap up on this first look video. Good 10 minutes into it to have a look around. But what do we have going on here? You see a lot of different things like power rankings, lots of data that you can then use in this one. But of course, you can go all over the world in the database to see what's around in there. You can move to certain dates that you need to get to at any given time. So you can go to the last day of the year, deadlines, and all that kind of good stuff. But this is all available now in Franchise Hockey Manager 10. Recommend that you all check this game out, and just recently released. So again, Chris from General Manager Games, come on our Discord, subscribe to our channel, and we'll keep you up to date on all the newest games at any given time. Thanks again.